We apologise for the delay in letting you watch Dermot O'Leary saying your Saturday night starts right here, and kicking his leg out and doing a little spin and doing a shitty little dance he secretly thinks is spectacular. We know how much you were looking forward to it, but oh yes, we can now go live to the Pokes. X Factor Xploded.
The Poke presents the X Factor Xploded.
We done what? We lost one? Don't worry about it. Just go down and skip out the back. Just fish out 4 old ones and we just use one of them. Wouldn't worry about it. You know, we could talk about Frankie, but it's sort of a bit like talking about Halloween or democracy. They've sort of had their day, haven't they? Oh, brilliant. Satire. That's another thing I love. I love satire. Intelligent comedy. That's what I love. Intelligent comedy. Frankie is a silly poo-poo head with a wee and a bogey. Sorry. Lady Gaga versus Queen was the theme this week. Yes, the age-old pairing of a British pop group from the 70s and 80s with a contemporary American solo artist. Next week, they're doing, I think, George Formby versus Backstreet Boys. There is no connection. Why are you doing this? Kitty opens for us. I don't mean that anatomically, although I wouldn't put it past her, with a haircut making her look like the girlfriend one off of the Thompson twins, plus Jedward and a silly poo-poo. Intelligent comedy. Obviously, she didn't realise that those silver things on her face were permanent and she couldn't peel them off from last week. Everybody dances like a mad horsey, except Kitty, who's like a rock bodicea or whatever, but you know, there's no need for her to move. Don't worry about moving. Let the camera do the work, Kitty. Barry Garlick urges her to take the makeup off. You're a really pretty girl. Yeah, stop all this silly old career nonsense. With a face like that, you could have a husband and a couple of kids if you play your cards right, love. Craig comes on with paparazzi. Pop a cap in his ass, more like, oh, brilliant satire. I should be on a Rory Bremner programme. And as we reach the end of part 1, Dermot bites his lower lip and waggles his head like a duck. Brilliant. One nut-shrivelingly annoying John Lewis advert later, and it's time for my little muffins! Little Mix, who come on and steal the show. I have not been kind to them prior to now, but they were fantastic in their rhubarb and custard palette of outfits, especially now that Perry is emerging as a very good lead vocalist. Bravo, ladies. And weren't those plinths a goodbye? Every week they come in handy. Talisa reminds us that, hey, you girls have come further than any girl band in the history of X Factor. I am entertained to discover that my computer autocorrects Janet Devlin to Janet Decline. Prescient? One wonders. Janet plays on our heartstrings by singing inside a gigantic wicker man, which is set alight at the end, which is sort of sad, but it's sort of a whole circle of life thing. And the judges pointlessly bicker about how, oh, she's not taking risks. Well, she did that last week. She's got to be herself. It's really not worth your precious time to repeat. Marcus Collins comes on and sort of tries to reprise the success of last week's performance with a similar arrangement of another one bites the dust, and Gary Barlow rewards him with the Gary Barlow unblinking death stare. We are in the presence of a pop star, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember, sometimes, mate, I'm only going to talk with half my mouth and I'm going to stare at you quite intensely. What else? Dermot has increasingly Playmobil hair. Misha B just wants to do really well for Manchester, want to make them really proud. She comes on and sings, but oh no, the stage is infested with cockroaches. Get them, Misha B, get them. Well done. Although, are you entirely convinced by this suddenly sweet and humble thank you, shoulder-shrugging little girl act? And so, with the crew now enjoying time and a half due to the technical trouble at the top of the show, we reveal that Amelia Lilly has won the public vote. Yeah, who wants a boring old pregnant woman or anything like that? And she comes on and does immensely well, a different species to Frankie, wiping the floor with Kitty. Now, obviously, no one in the production knew which of the 4 prospective replacement acts would be voted on, so there's only minimal staging. They don't want to waste 3 choreographed acts. It's all like, I'll tell you what, I'm not forking out on dancers, alright? But I'll let off some pyros up the back for you, love, alright? Kelly tells her, you came back to this competition and you mean some serious, not serious, serious business. It's not a spurious comment, but who will be defeated and who will emerge victorious this time? Okay, that's it for this week. There is one last thing. I was a bit upset on Wednesday with the news, and I got a bit drunk and I hadn't slept for 6 days, and well, because I feel slightly responsible, I did this. I don't know if you can see that. You're always going to be here, Frankie, and on my arse as well.